Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans. What we do around here, is bring about conversations of a psychological, mental health, emotional health paradigm. We do that as often as we can, usually several times per week. Although the last couple of weeks have been chaotic, I'm preparing for a move in the next few months, and things are getting in the way along with running business and doing other things. Anyway, so if you are looking for coaching, would love to be of a service to you in the remainder of 2021 and into 2022, which is fast approaching. A couple ways you can reach out at PO Perception on Twitter and or in the About Me section of this YouTube page. Either way, we'll get you in contact with me or a member of my team, and we can move from there. So, bad morning habits is the concept of this particular audio. First is having no plan for your day. If you have no plan for the day going into it, things you want to accomplish, things that need your attention, educationally, emotionally, work-wise, whatever, and also plans for kind of enjoyment, kind of finding ways to enjoy the basics of daily living. You will burn out, you will get to a negative place within yourself, and it will lead to a lot of just dissatisfaction, unhappiness, somewhat depression. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're a bad person if you go through these things, but having some plan, even just, hey, here's what I want to do with the morning, here's what I want to do with the afternoon, here's how I want to end the evening, just basic framework is super important going forward. The next thing to consider is avoiding your phone first thing in the morning, especially because social media and text messaging are time wasters and time killers. Now, a lot of people can't imagine being without these things, but at the end of the day, believe it or not, a generation ago, people were not dependent on these things, and their quality of friendships, quality of interpersonal relationships was better overall. People said they had, deeper friendships. People said they had more meaningful relationships with family, and they were more focused at work. And the reason is because the temptation to get lost in things is there. The next thing is don't start your day doing things you don't enjoy. Don't start your day doing chores or immediately jumping into things that need your immediate serious attention. This is because if you begin the process of starting your day doing things you don't enjoy, finding joy once you've already kind of burned yourself out for an hour or two can be more difficult. So finding something you enjoy doing to start the day, whether it's listening to a favorite comedian, listening to some music, going for a walk and exercising, being in nature, or finding a meditation or prayer practice that works for you. Find something you can do that makes your day good to start with. The next is hitting your snooze button. Now, we all know that the temptation is there. We all know that, hey, most of us are pretty tired most of the time. So the temptation to hit the snooze button, just go back to sleep for 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, is there. And most of us do it more often than we should. But the reality is, when you force your body to wake up again and again, you're actually draining yourself of much needed energy. The last thing with this is the no breakfast thing. Now, so many people either don't have time to eat or they're not morning eaters, which is me. Of course, I work from primarily second and third shift, so my sleep schedule is a little wonky anyway. But forcing yourself to eat something in the early part of the day or the early part of your day, if you're a second and third shift worker, is super important. It's important because a number of reasons. Number one, taking the time to take care of yourself and eat is a good idea. Also, just as important, having the nutrients, but also the physical energy from a beginning day meal is important as well. If you're not doing that, then you're making your life more difficult by proxy. And a lot of times people don't realize this until they kind of hit that midday crash. And a lot of that midday crash can have something to do with not being in the best of places in terms of eating breakfast or taking care of oneself earlier in the day. So the determination to do exactly that, to take care of yourself early in the day, is an important part of living well and being well overall. So that's super important, super valuable. Hopefully it's helpful to you. Keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.